everyone, welcome to Tom's Aviation. We hope you enjoy this next video.
Hi, my name is John. I've been flying B29s now for 24 years. We're very, very fortunate to have an airplane like this and be able to take it around the country and show it to people. And very privileged to be able to do this. I'm the flight engineer on this aircraft, and I monitor the engines in flight, do all the engine starts, do all the power settings. Pilots just call out for a power setting, and we adjust the engines to whatever they need for flight.
There you go. And you know what, while you're talking about the engine, what are the horsepower on these?
These are a modern version of the original engines, and by modern I mean they were 1950, built in 1953. They were much improved from the original engines that were prone to overheating, engine fires, etc. like that. You're much more reliable also. The original engines were good for, we were lucky to get 100 hours out of one. But these new engines, or the hybrid engines that we've put on these airplanes, or this airplane, is they're good for about 2,000 hours now. So yeah, so we're doing real good with these engines. And these engines have actually been derated from about 3,200 horsepower down to 2,200 horsepower. The engine mounts on this airframe are only good for 2,200 horsepower.
Right.
So you don't want to damage, obviously you don't want to damage the aircraft when you do it.
Sure.
My dad was a flight engineer on C-97s back in the 60s with the Minnesota Air Guard. And I was just a little kid then, and when he'd come home from a trip, he'd let me up in the cockpit of the airplane, and I've always wanted to be a flight engineer. So I joined the Minnesota Air National Guard in 1976 and worked on C-130s for 10 years, and then transferred to the Texas Air National Guard. And once I was there, down there in Texas, they had openings for flight engineers on C-130s. So of course I applied and I got accepted, and I went through flight engineer school with the C-130s and the Texas Air Guard. And I was at an air show one year with Fifi was being operated, and I knew a lot of the guys, and I'm going, I could be a flight engineer on that too. So I went over and talked to them, and they invited me to school the next spring, and ground school, and proceeded from there. I did about 5 different flights, and they got me my FAA license, and here I am, still doing it 24 years later.
There you go. How does the C-130 compare to this, or vice versa, I should say?
It's the engines. The C-130 has a turboprop engine, and this is a reciprocating engine. Otherwise, it's very, very similar. This is more simple airplane, whereas the C-130 has more complicated systems on it that you have to know, and
Because it's newer.
heavier weight, and stuff like that.
Right.
But the engines is a big difference.
There you go, there you go.
first walk with Larry. Okay, yeah, I'll be around here. My wife. I heard about this last year. So, and I've been talking to him. So, and I've been changing models so things do back and forth. So,
Well, and the fact that he flew the T6.
yeah.
Welcome to Tom's Aviation. Come over here and watch this video.